What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm reviewing WWE Smackdown. First review in a while. It's been about over a month. If you look back at my previous video, it's titled I'm Back. It says why I was gone that long, but I'm back now, and thanks for being patient with me, and I'm going to go and get into my review. First off, we start off with Triple H coming out talking about how he's getting blamed for all this nonsense that's been going on, he says, and how he's getting blamed for doing what's best for business. He said it's best, I mean, as you know, if you've been watching WWE, it's been the best for business for 2 months now, so then Miz comes out, interrupts him. He says he thinks Triple H is to blame and for what's been going on in the WWE and the chaos, and what's going on has been unfair, etc., etc. Just kind of complains and says what happened to Miz and Orton wasn't best for business. Their match a couple weeks ago in Cleveland when Orton took him out right in front of his parents. And then he says he just sort of insults Triple H, and then Triple H kind of throws it right back at Miz. And then Miz is like, I want revenge. Triple H is like, sure, you can get your revenge tonight. So it's Randy Orton versus The Miz, main event on SmackDown. You're thinking, alright, whatever, not bad match, should be decent. Then we go to our first match of the night, which was, trying to remember, it was Alberto Del Rio versus RTruth. RTruth gets the jobber's entrance already in the ring, so you know basically most likely who's going to win this match. But, this match was really short. We've seen it 2 or 3 times already. Del Rio, unfortunately, Truth jobs to him. I really like to see Truth get a push, but that's for another time. Del Rio basically, Truth goes for a couple moves, like the scissors kick, and Del Rio moves out of the way. Then he goes for a splash in the corner. Del Rio moves out of the way. Truth hits the turnbuckle. Then Del Rio ends up delivering the big old super kick right to R-Truth's skull, pins him for the 1-2-3, then puts him in the cross arm breaker after the match to hurt R-Truth, I'm guessing, make him look more heel. And then RVD comes out with the chair, hits Del Rio with it a couple times, and then gets on top. RVD gets the last laugh, shown in the middle of the ring with the chair, raising it up in the air. And then they go back, they have on the Titantron, go backstage. Triple H says, why don't we make this match a Battleground Del Rio versus RVD? Let's add a stipulation to this match for the World Heavyweight title. We're going to make it a hardcore match. So we got a hardcore rules match at Battleground, RVD versus Del Rio. I guess they're doing this because they just had this match at Night of Champions, so they're switching it up a little bit by making a stipulation, but whatever. Then we have our next match of the night, which was the Primetime Players versus the Real Americans. Overall, this match was not great again. We had another short match. The Truth Del Rio wasn't very good. This match was not very good either. We had towards the end of the match, one point in the match, Cesaro picks up Titus O'Neil by the legs and literally spins him around 22 times with a ginormous swing. Like 22, spins him around 22 times, 22, 23, 24, somewhere around there. Cesaro's got really good upper body strength. You've seen it happen before. He's done it about 3 or 4 times where he's spun people around like 20 times. I didn't count this time, but I'm guessing it was 22. I thought that was a pretty funny part in the match because it was just never ending. And then basically what happens after that, Darren Young hits the gut buster or gut check on Antonio Cesaro. Darren Young's finisher, hits the gut buster on him. Then he's pinning him for the 1-2. Then Cesaro made the tag. Darren Young didn't know that, and then Darren Young hits the gut check. Then while Darren Young's pinning Cesaro, Swagger comes in, puts him in the ankle lock, or the Patriot lock as they call it, and Darren Young has to tap out with the Real Americans winning here. I gotta say, I was expecting the primetime players to win here, because the past few times they've faced off, primetime players have won, and they've been getting a push lately. So Real Americans win here. It's good that they get a win finally, and well needed to make them look not terribly weak, as if they are not already looking. But whatever. Real Americans win here in a not great match again. We've got Bray Wyatt versus Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder comes out to the ring. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper just hit him right from the start, throw him in the ring, attack him right before he even gets in the ring. Then one point Zack Ryder gets a little offense in, hits the broski boot on Bray Wyatt. Wyatt kicks out. Then later on, Bray Wyatt dominated most of this match. Towards the end, he has him in the Sister Abigail, aka the STO. Bray Wyatt does the signature, a little kiss on the head, and then hits the Sister Abigail on Zack Ryder. Pins him for the 1-2-3. No surprise here. Another crappy match. So we got 3 matches to start off that were not like terribly awful, but they were just really short, and I wish they'd gotten more time. And they were sort of just thrown together. They didn't make any sense really whatsoever. But whatever. So not a good start of the SmackDown for that first hour. Then we've got the Shield, Dean Ambrose, or the member of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, United States Championship match versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm thinking Ambrose is probably going to retain here. I don't see him losing it on SmackDown, but this should be good and entertaining. You know, they had a good, decent match at Night of Champions and one on Raw. But this match, I mean, the finish pissed me off really. I mean, it really made me angry. I mean, I understand why they did it, but whatever. In the middle of the match, Ziggler and Ambrose, RVD and Kofi Kingston come out with Ziggler to, I guess, counter Reigns and Rollins, who are with Ambrose in case they interfere. Ziggler's on the outside of the ring apron. At one point, I think he's going for a move off the top rope. Seth Rollins grabs onto Dolph Ziggler's leg and then pulls him off the ring apron. Then RVD and Kofi Kingston go at Rollins and Reigns. They're brawling in the middle of the ring. It's already a no contest. The refs already called a DQ, so no contest. No contest was the finish in that match. Triple H comes out, says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, get control of this match. This is, you need to get control of the match, ref." And then he says, "You know what, since you all want to fight so much, let's make this a 3-on-3 tag match." So I'm like, oh, whatever. 3-on-3 tag match should be okay, but I would have rather seen the U.S. title match. But 3-on-3 title match, I thought this was the best match of the night as expected. Not saying a whole lot. It was one of the best matches. Basically what happens is, it's like towards the end, it was really sloppy finish. It was sort of hard to keep up with. Towards the end, Kofi Kingston's going for the Trouble in Paradise on Dean Ambrose. Ambrose moves out of the way, and then Kofi gets thrown down. Then Dolph Ziggler hits the move on Seth Rollins, takes Rollins out. Roman Reigns then hits a spear on Dolph Ziggler. Then RVD comes out off the top rope with a kick to Reigns. Reigns rolls out of the ring, and then RVD gets on the ring apron, delivers a moonsault to the outside on Roman Reigns, takes Reigns out. Then you've got Kofi Kingston in the ring with just Dean Ambrose now. Dean Ambrose, Kofi Kingston's going for the Trouble in Paradise, setting up for it. Reigns gets back in the ring. Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on Roman Reigns. Then Ambrose rolls Kofi up. After that, Kofi counters with a roll-up on Ambrose, and then Seth Rollins comes in and hits his finisher on Kofi Kingston, Blackout, where he stomps Kofi Kingston's skull right into the mat. And then Dean Ambrose, without the ref seeing all that, Dean Ambrose pins Kofi Kingston for the 1-2-3. So the Shield picks up the win via Blackout by Seth Rollins. Ambrose getting the pin.